Today's episode is sponsored by Looks for Cooks, where we bring the love of good food and good people together. Looks for Cooks offers you the ability to go on their website or app and find people in your city or area, so you can create interactions and experiences over great food and drinks. I understand traveling and living in a new city can be overwhelming, so go to looksforcooks.com and they will help you find people who have the same food interests and likes that you have. So go head over to www.looks4cooks.com. That's looksforcooks.com. Welcome to the What's for Dinner podcast, where we discuss food and relationships and how the two intertwine together with your host, Eric.
Thank you. I am back again for another episode. What can I say? It's me, your host, Eric. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy that you're listening. And on today's show, we have somebody that's different from the rest. Not only is she a food content creator, she does events, she does sponsorships, she just does it all. I know her as Vanessa, but Vanessa, please tell everybody who you are on social media.
Hi everyone, my name is Vanessa Gordon. I'm at the hashtag East End Taste and the username East End Taste. And I'm also the founder of Hamptons Interactive Brunch, both based in the Hamptons. East End Taste is an online food and travel publication that I founded back in mid-2014. And Hamptons Interactive Brunch is an annual event that takes place in July in the Hamptons. That was founded in 2018.
There you guys have it. So you guys already can see right now she has consistency. And if you guys are wondering, yes, Vanessa's Hamptons Interactive Brunch does have the blue check, so she is certified. So you got to give it up. I did see that on your page. I thought that was real cool. That's always a plus. But for a lot of people who are listening, Vanessa, I know you're the host and founder of the Hamptons Interactive Brunch, but can you explain more to everyone? Because I know they may want to know what's going on. I know it's in the Hamptons, but just pretty much tell everybody what made you want to start it and how's the progression been going so far?
Sure. So I started it mainly because I felt that there was a void in afternoon social events in the Hamptons. We used to have a big event called Super Saturday. We also had another charity event called Max Cure, and neither of those are taking place currently. And I felt that we really needed a nice, fun, carefree social event to bring together influencers, actors, actresses, YouTube stars, executives, philanthropists, etc. To just a fun afternoon of commingling, to experience interactive activation stations from brands, and to meet one another. Influencers, as we perhaps all know, are stuck behind their phones and computers for a majority of the day, and we all crave that one-on-one, person-to-person interaction. And that is why I founded the event. And what better place in the backdrop of the Hamptons?
Yeah, because I will admit, going to the page and seeing the pictures, I see you had everybody there. I saw a lot of influencers. I saw you had sponsorships from Rite Aid. Not Rite Aid. I'm saying Fit Aid. I'm sorry, I said Rite Aid like it was the grocery store. But Fit Aid. I'm sorry, but Fit Aid and a couple other people, Serendipity and other places like that. And I was like, man, she really just has it going on. And it's good to see that, when you saw the hole there, instead of just sitting back and being like some people and just wondering when something's going to come, you stepped up to the plate and decided to fill it and create something that people can come to, interactive, mingle, and get to know each other with other people. Mm-hmm. So that's always a plus. Always a plus.
Everyone loves it. I've been getting so much feedback, and we're doing it again next year, 2020. And if you're interested in attending or showing interest in sponsorship or would love to know more, feel free to DM us on the Hamptons Interactive Brunch account. And we're me and the event team and whoever I'm working with is very responsive. So we'll respond to you within 48 hours.
Nice. So everybody listening, you guys make sure you guys DM her. You might want to get in now on the ground level before it gets too big, and then next thing you know, you have to talk to a secretary or somebody else like that. You know how these events goes. So I have to ask, I know you say you run the East End Taste page. So what separates that from any other the other food and lifestyle blogs or websites that are out there right now?
Yeah, so East End Taste was founded because, once again, there was a void in real, fun, laid back, but really honest and detailed food restaurant profiles in the Hamptons, and also there's the specialty food column. There's style and there's travel. And when you go to read restaurant profiles in the Hamptons, it sounds like an advertorial. There's not a lot of meat to it. And with mine, I mean, my goodness, the in and out of every restaurant that I love. I only feature restaurants that I love, so you'll never see a bad review on East End Taste. I'm not a Yelp, but it just doesn't exist. And if I don't like it, a lot of people ask me, "Oh, did you go to this restaurant?" I'll say no, because it's just not for me.
Right.
So it's really a lot of positivity, and anyone that's on there, any business that's on there, I really want them to shine. And why I did it was because I first and foremost love what I do so much, and I really want people to see the gateway to the Hamptons through EastEndTaste.com. And it's a really nice way to just see the entire East End. It's also extremely easy to navigate. I divide it by North Fork and South Fork, which is when Long Island splits. You have the North Fork and the South Fork, or the Hamptons. So, and then you could search by town, you could search by category, and it's very, very easy. There's also a travel column as well.
So everybody listening, if you're going into the Hamptons, like I said before, when I checked out the page, I saw this and I was like, it was very, I would say, sociable friendly, in the sense where there's been a lot of websites that I've been to, going through this whole process and meeting a lot of people, and some people websites, they may have not been user friendly, but her site is very user friendly and kind of gives you more than enough information, to the fact that I felt like I knew the Hamptons. Even though I'd never been, I felt like I knew it just because I was just reading and kind of interacting and going around in different pages. So I will definitely commend you on having your website up to par and being able to be user-friendly for everybody using it. So I have to ask, since you say you only list restaurants that you enjoy and the restaurants you enjoy eating at, tell everybody, what is your favorite 3-course meal? Favorite appetizer, entree, and dessert?
Well, definitely for this season, I've been really loving crudo. So tuna crudo, scallop crudo to start. I love the fresh seafood out on the East End, especially the restaurants in Montauk. So I always love to start with some sort of raw dish, or like a raw bar-inspired dish, like oysters or scallops. For the main course, I mean, once again, I love fish, so I've been enjoying salmon and tilefish. I also love if it's a great chicken dish, pasta. I love the charcoal-infused linguine that I've seen at a couple of restaurants out there. And then for dessert, I'm going on the lighter side because I'm doing more of a wellness track. If I were being a little naughty, so to say, maybe with toffee or caramel sauce. But if I'm going easy, I love tarts. Last night I went to a restaurant called Showfish in Montauk, and I had a really amazing blackberry tart with fresh mint on it. And that was great. That was perfect.
Yeah,
I always love a cappuccino.
Oh, cappuccino, good. And then the tart sounds good. And I especially like everybody that's listening when she said for the season. So I'll let you know that when the next season changes, she'll have something different for the fall and everything else. I definitely like that. That lets me know that you really understand that different foods around different times do change, which is always, an important thing to realize. Because I've realized going to some restaurants I've been and didn't know, because, I'm not really the foodie expert like you all, that they're like, hey, we only offer that in the spring. That's only a fall. And I was like, I didn't know that. I thought it was all year round. It was like, no, we don't do that. Yeah, so I kind of learned the hard way going into a restaurant asking for something that was not even on the menu no more. So, yeah, crazy for that is. But with that being said, and, going from doing events, trying different foods, and just kind of getting out there, like, what has been your motivation so far to keep on going, to keep pushing with the East End Taste, keep pushing with the Hamptons Interactive Brunch? Like, what has been the motivation to you to make you say, like, hey, when I get up in the morning, I want this to be the best it could be? Because I know a lot of times it's easy to quit, it's easy to stop, but over the years you've been doing it since 1814. Like, what's been your motivation to keep on going?
Yes. So I always go by the motto of anything that is easy, it's not worth it. And anything that's hard, it's worth it. So that's what motivates me. Is I am just someone who's so determined. I love to work. I love what I do. And what really, of course, motivates me is the feedback that I receive, whether it's positive or critical in a way of, oh, I'd love to see more of this, less of that, etc. So I am always, always, always looking out to see how can I make my readers, more involved or informed. I'm always searching for how to get better. And when I say I'm going to do something, I'm one of those people that is serious, 110%. I won't stop until it's there.
That's a good ambition drive, because a lot of people just talk the talk, but they're not really going to walk the walk. So it's good that when people know, like, oh, Vanessa says she's going to do that, oh, it's going to happen.
Right. Exactly. Now it's becoming when Vanessa says it, it's happening.
Oh, it's happening. Who said they're going to do that? Vanessa said that? Well, gosh dang, it's happening. Vanessa said it's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen. So since you built the page, you built the other page, Hampton Interactive Brunch, like, what's something you wish you had known before you started on this journey of being a lifestyle and food blogger and a creator and starting off with the Hampton Interactive Brunch? What's something that you wish you had known before you had started everything?
I would say, well, what's interesting is that I feel like I did a lot of work in the beginning, a lot of work that most people would be just like, wow, you did all of that just for that. So to say, I mean, to explain a little bit more is like when I first started out, I would do my own photos. I would write everything. I would go there. I'd be so detail oriented and make sure that everything was so perfect. And then it would be like, do you know there's an app for that? They have photos and stock photos you could use, and you don't have to do it that. This is an easy route. So I guess it was more the easy. There's an equity and convenience in that sense. So if I sort of, but I'm glad that I did it the hard way. But of course, knowing that there's Canva for editing purposes, more about Photoshop technique. I wish I had delved into that a little bit sooner versus, oh, hey, so-and-so, can you do this for me? I'll pay you $15 to just, clean up this image. So, but then when I realized, you can just download an app and do it yourself. Little things like that. Yeah,
little things that help save you on your time, that you can use it on other things that are more important besides the minuscule things, things like that. That makes sense. That definitely makes sense. But like you said before, I guess the one important thing is when someone does something, like, hey, that can be fixed. No, it can't. Yes, it can. I used to fix it myself. That can be fixed. You need to fix it. You understand? You actually know what's going on instead of someone that just shows up and just taking yes from somebody who's just going to give you half work or not really try on a project. So yeah, that definitely makes sense. So I have to ask, since you said you went to a lot of restaurants in the beginning, you did all your detailed pictures in the beginning, you was doing everything. Like, why do you think it's important to find someone who has the same food taste, interests, and likes you have, whether it's a significant other or a friend, when you're going to these different restaurants and these different places and trying out all this new food?
I'm glad you asked that, and that's sort of ties into why I started the Hamptons Interactive Brunch. I've met so many wonderful people that are even just located on Long Island. I've touched base with L.I. Eats. I've touched base with people from Newsday. I've touched base with foodies from the North Fork, from New York City. And I'll tell you, when you meet these people and you have the same interests, it's such a nice breath of fresh air to meet these people in person and to, learn how passionate they are. And when you get together, I'll tell you, it's like you're creating like fire. It's so awesome to just, you get it. The food comes, you get the phone out.
Yeah.
Or the phone's already out. You don't have to worry about that, Aunt Susie going, gosh darn it, I want to eat my burger, leave me alone, stop photographing me. And it's just so fun to just be with people that are just in your own, in sync with each other.
Yeah, that makes sense. People who it's almost like everybody link up, understand what the whole goal is, to create the best pictures you can when all the food comes out, and like fun, it's definitely got to be fun, because I went to, I think, a couple of events and I've seen people take pictures, and it's like they all get together. People are trying new filters. People are telling people new filters, new apps to try. And it seems like it's always one of them type of experiences where someone always knows something that you may know, and then you may know something that they don't know. So it's always a good experience to learn something new with somebody else, and then also the networking feature, and then going from just knowing them from behind the phone to now knowing them on a personal level, so that later on when they have events or they do something, they invite you out and you kind of develop a relationship with them.
I love inviting people. I say, if you're out in the Hamptons, I'm serious, come out to dinner with me, come out to lunch with me, we're going to try this new restaurant. And we do, and we get together, and it's so fun. And everyone loves it. Everyone's happy. The restaurant's happy. We're all happy.
Yeah, because I mean, the restaurant, like I said, if the restaurant has great food, you definitely going to take pictures and post about it, and it's only going to help people who may not have known about the restaurant that are following your pages and say, I definitely have to check them out. Like if they went and they like it, I know I like it. So it's always like a whole word of mouth is always be the best marketing that anybody could ever have.
Yes.
So I noticed on your page, I see you have a growing fan base. And when I say growing fan base, I mean growing fan base when it comes to people supporting, sponsorships that are attending the event, and with all the notoriety that's